Right, I was looking at this deck ledger board placement thread, and I don't see, nobody has said exactly where it's supposed to be. Everybody has said where it gets built and how wrong that is, but I don't see anywhere that it says this is where I have to move it to. So maybe this will give you an idea. Maybe not. Okay, here's a cross section of what I've done. And this is all automatic. There's no fiddling around with anything. The only thing bad is that this deck board intrudes into the siding. Chief's not smart enough to cut that off, and it doesn't give us the ability. You know, you can set the overhang on these deck boards, but we don't have the ability to set the overhang per section or per side or anything. It's just, you know, you get it everywhere. It'd be nice if we could set that. I build a few decks, and very often they're not connected to the structure. You know, most of my decks are supported with posts and footings here. You know, just you know, there'd be a beam over here, and there'd be a post and footings here. The deck would be basically independent of the structure. But when I do attach it to the structure, what I like is a gap between this ledger board and whatever material I'm using. I don't want this ledger board flush up against anything because I want a gap there. And usually I want a big enough gap that stuff will wash down through there and not get stuck. I've seen rot and all kinds of problems where stuff, you know, water and everything else gets down in this space and creates a mess. So I typically like to space these off a little bit. But all I've done here to do this, here's a perspective. This is how it. And again, there's no magic here. There's no manual adjustments of anything. And so all I've done here is, if I zoom in, you can see that there's a little dashed line here, and that's a wall. That's just a room divider wall type. And it connects the structure to the deck. So I'm going to delete it. And you don't even need that. What you do get is a little bit of a change over here. Nothing, you know, not anything big, but you do get a little bit of a change when you don't have that. But anyway, this is just a wall, and it's by default when you do this, it's an interior 4 wall, and I've just made a copy of it and changed it to just a single layer of pressure treated material. If you don't do that, you'll get some drywall artifacts on it. But it just seems like this would be an easy way of setting things up, because this doesn't intrude. Oh, there, it's changed itself back. the deck doesn't intrude into the wall here. I don't know how close you can get these. You know, Chief likes to join things when they get too close, but you can get them pretty darn close. Anyway, just something you guys might want to experiment with. Might keep you from doing some extra stuff that you don't need to do.